Now for directory authorities and relays within the Tor network. Hard-coded into every Tor client is a list of 10 directory authorities or DAs. These DAs are distributed around the world and are in charge of distributing an ever-changing master list of all known Tor relays and their capabilities. This list is called the consensus, and that's what you see here in front of you. This is the consensus. Now, I know you won't be able to see this, but if you go to this link, this is an infographic if you want to have a full breakdown of the consensus and want to know a little bit more about it by Jordan Wright. The DAs play a very important role as they are the gatekeepers that choose what relays are valid and when. By default, as you know, Tor bounces connections through 3 relays. This circuit is chosen at random based on the bandwidth that is available in each country, although you can manually configure the choice of relays if you wish. This is not recommended though. Trust is distributed and there is no central ownership. Because it is an open network, anyone, including your adversary, can run these relays. Although there is a vetting process, but because of the onion routing, they cannot see the full circuit even if they own a relay. If they own 3 relays, they would be able to see the full circuit, but they wouldn't necessarily know that it was you going in and you going out unless they performed a correlation attack. We will discuss that shortly. Each relay has a specific role. You can see here, by the way, this is a relay, this is a relay, this is a relay on the diagram. The entry or guard relay is the entry point to the Tor network. Relays are selected to serve as guard relays after being around for a while, as well as having shown to be stable and having high bandwidth. The middle relay is used to transport traffic from the guard relay to the exit relay. This prevents the guard and exit relay from knowing each other. The exit relay is the exit point at the edge of the Tor network. These relays send traffic to the final destination intended by the client. The exit relay can see the data sent by the client since they have to pass that data to the destination. This means that if sensitive data is passed unencrypted, say over HTTP, FTP or other clear text protocols, the exit relays can sniff the traffic, they can inject into the traffic malicious code, as I have already mentioned. This is a known vulnerability. It is not part of the Tor design to protect against. You personally can volunteer to run a Tor relay if you have your own server or VPS. A sensible question to ask might be, do you get more anonymity if you run your own relay? Because lots of traffic would go through your relay, so surely this would make it harder for an adversary to know what traffic belonged to you and what traffic belonged to someone else. Well, the answer depends on the type of attacks you're expecting, which we will cover in its own section in Tor Weaknesses, the various attacks. Let me read what the Tor project has to say on running your own relay and whether this makes you more anonymous. An attacker who owns a small number of Tor relays, he will see a connection from you, but he won't be able to know whether the connection originated at your computer or was relayed from somebody else. There are some cases where it doesn't seem to help if an attacker can watch all of your incoming and outgoing traffic. Then it's easy for him to learn which connections were relayed and which started at you. In this case, he still doesn't know your destination unless he is watching them too, but you're no better off than if you were an ordinary client. There are also some downsides to running a Tor relay. First, while we only have a few hundred relays, the fact that you're running one might signal to your adversary that you place a high value on your anonymity. Second, there are some more exotic attacks that are not well understood or well tested that involve making use of the knowledge that you are actually running a relay. For example, an attacker may be able to observe whether you are sending traffic even if he can't actually watch your network by relaying traffic through your Tor relay and noticing changes in traffic timing. It is an open research question whether the benefits outweigh the risks of running your own relay. A lot of that depends on the attacks you are most worried about. For most users, the Tor project thinks it is a smart move to run a relay. Personally, I'm not really sure either, but what I do know is it's always good to be uninteresting, and running a relay is definitely interesting to an adversary, and I would never recommend doing it from your home either. A tip: you are less likely to get complaints from your provider if you run a guard or middle relay, as all they would see would be encrypted traffic. Running an exit node is a risky business, as you have no control over what traffic goes through it and out of it unencrypted, and to where. You may get served with copyright violation notice, sued, or even get a knock at the door and arrested. It does happen. If you are thinking about setting one up, check out this for configuring a Tor relay on Debian and/or Ubuntu. If you are going to run one of the best things to do is be very open about it, so you can justify the traffic as not being your own, and the Tor project helps a lot with this. So if you are going to run one, check this out, understand the legal side of being a relay operator. The Tor project should provide guidance on any legal issues, but it is of course at your own risk. But it is good if you can support the Tor project.